Well, you know what they say. A penny saved is a penny earned. Well, hi diddly ho, neighbor. DenDenBMX here, and today is the third and final video of us comparing all three of my ESP LTD EC-1000s to each other. What are you doing? Oh, do you want to be in the video, little man? Come here, you little goober. The special guest star today is Kane. Look at how round he is. I was gonna have my guitar sitting in my lap, but you know, when a dog wants to sit in your lap, you just gotta, oh, careful. You're not very well balanced, sir. I don't really. You gotta stare at the camera with your one eye. You gotta be like, subscribe, you piece of shit. Oh, Ron, come here, Ron. I'm double fisting two boys. Oh, that sounded wrong. You know, since, whoa. Thank you for getting me all hairy. That really makes it obvious that this is a professional production. Watch, now they're gonna go outside and scream at nothing. And when I mean scream. They don't bark. They're just, ah! But anywhooser, we have compared both my EC-1000T and my EC-1000T CTM to my regular EC-1000. But we haven't put them up against each other. And that's what we're gonna do today. Here's my EC-1000T. Here's my EC-1000T CTM. Now, I know in the previous video in this series I said that might be the most interesting comparison, but I actually think it might be this one. Because in the first video we looked at two EC-1000s that looked rather similar, but ended up having pretty different specs. And in the second video we looked at two that looked different and had different specs. But in this video we're going to look at two EC-1000s that look pretty dang different from each other, but actually have almost identical specs. Real quick, I just want to thank you guys for all the recent love and support you've shown me on all my videos. It truly does mean a lot. As always, if you guys go on to enjoy the video, I'd really appreciate it if you let me know and help support the engagement on this video by leaving a like, leave a comment, give me your thoughts and opinions, maybe share the video around. And if you're new here, subscribe. And if you're not new here and you still haven't, subscribe. Like, come on, man, what are you doing? The fuck? But anywhooser, I'm done being a tool for now. This is my ESP LTD EC-1000T. Her name is Diora. Why did I name her Diora? Well, because 10-year-old me named my very first dog after a Hot Wheels car. And unfortunately, she passed away right before Christmas of 2021. But that same Christmas, I got a guitar. I named that guitar after her, but I ended up selling that guitar and replacing it with a different guitar. But I just carried the Diora name over to that guitar. And then about a year later, I decided to get rid of that guitar. And then I used the money from that guitar to get this guitar. And I just carried the name over again. And this is my ESP LTD EC-1000T CTM. I named this one Ruth. Why? Because the color of this guitar is identical to the color of Ruth's hair from Ozark. And I thought Ruth was hilarious. And hot. Now here's where this video gets interesting. These two guitars, while they do look very different from each other, their specs are almost identical, besides a few possibly pivotal differences. Now both of these guitars are full thickness LTD EC-1000 models. And both of these guitars are constructed out of mahogany bodies with maple caps, mahogany necks with Makassar ebony fingerboards. Both come with 22 of ESP LTD's signature railroad track sized extra jumbo frets. Both of these guitars come with LTD's amazing locking tuners, and they both have little volutes on there. Both of them come with Tone Pro's locking Tune-O-Matic stop bar bridge and tailpiece. And both of them come with Fishman Fluence's open core classic pickups. Now here's where we're going to get into the slight differences. Now both of these guitars come chambered. However, the EC-1000T is a hell of a lot lighter than the EC-1000T CTM. This guitar does not feel like it's chambered at all. This guitar feels like it's chambered because I'd say it's closer to 7 pounds than 8 pounds. However, while this guitar is also chambered, I swear to God, this one is at least 9 pounds. Like I just mentioned, while they both come with open core classics, this one has a zebra set and this one has an all black set. Does that make a difference? I doubt it, but I don't know. Now both of these guitars come with ESP LTD's amazing thin U neck shape. However, the thin U on the EC-1000T is just a little bit thinner. And this one is a little bit more full thin U neck shape. It's still very thin, but when you have them both in your hands, you can tell that this one is just a little bit thinner than this one. Now while I just said both of these guitars come with LTD's extra jumbo frets, this guitar's frets are made out of stainless steel. This guitar's is not. Why, you ask? Well, that's because this guitar was made in 2019, which was a year or two before before LTD started putting stainless steel frets on all their 1000 models. However, this guitar was made in 2022, so it comes with the stainless steel frets. However, if you were to buy one of these EC-1000Ts that were made after 2021, I think, then it would come with stainless steel frets. And of course, the biggest difference between these two guitars is just the looks of them. The EC-1000T is supposed to emulate the look of a Les Paul standard. So while it still has that full thickness maple cap, it also has a very thin flamed maple veneer on top of it. Combine that with the honeyburst finish and the single ply binding on the body and neck, and you get a guitar that is very much in the same vein as a Gibson Les Paul standard. However, the EC-1000 CTM takes its visual appointments from the Les Paul Custom. That's what the CTM in the name comes from. Both of them are EC-1000Ts because they're the traditional full thickness of a standard Les Paul. But since this one has the visual appointments of a Les Paul Custom, they call it the CTM. And those visual appointments are, this one does not have a flame maple veneer because it is just a solid color. And while it still does have the single ply binding on the neck, it has 7 ply binding on the front of the body, as well as on the back of the body and on the headstock. So as you can see, both of these guitars are spec'd very similarly. And besides only one of these guitars having stainless steel frets, most of the other differences between these two guitars are just visual things. And then you combine that with the fact that there are so many people that say Fishman Fluence pickups are too consistent, which is a very weird criticism to have, I think. But who knows, maybe with the way these Fishman pickups are produced, it doesn't matter, they're gonna sound exactly the same in whatever guitar you put them in. Or maybe those people are just full of shit. And these two guitars are gonna sound different despite having the exact same pickups and almost identical specs. Maybe the difference in weight is gonna cause a difference in tone. Maybe the difference in the visual appointments of these two guitars is gonna make them sound different. Maybe all of those factors are gonna go out the window, and since they're active pickups, they're all gonna sound exactly the same. Who knows? We are gonna find out in like 2 seconds because I've talked too much and I'm ready to play both of these guitars. So without further ado, let's stop yapping and get into the playing demo. Alrighty. So in today's video, I'm going to be using both my Neural DSP Gojira archetype as well as my John Petrucci archetype for the amplifiers. We're going to start with a little bit of a lower gain tone and then slowly kind of work our way up to the real aggressive high gain stuff. And I'm doing that because on lower gain tones, it's a lot easier to hear the difference in the voicings. You'll be able to hear the single coil voicing in like almost any tone, but the PAF and the hot rodded passive pickup voicing, they start to sound very similar to each other the more gain you add on. So we're going to start with lower gain stuff and then slowly work our way up throughout the playing demo. Alright, let's begin this, shall we? We're on like a lower gain rhythm tone, and without further ado, let's start recording. So we're on the bridge pickup, this is voicing 1, the PAF voicing. Now this is voicing 2, which is the hot rodded passive pickup voicing. Now voicing 3 is the single coil voicing. Now we're going to go to a little bit more unhinged, a little bit fuzzier sounding lower gain tone. Alright, now we're on a little bit more hard rock, getting into metal kind of tone. Alright, before we go crazy with the gain, let's do some clean chorusy tones first. Well, that was a solid hour's worth of playing. All right, Thotty Pants, with that, I think we are going to conclude our playing demo comparing my EC-1000T to my EC-1000T CTM. I'm not really going to be able to hear the differences until I'm editing the video, so I'm not really going to have a comment on if there is or isn't any differences in the tone. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Definitely go down into the comment section and let me know what you guys think. Do these guitars sound exactly the same? Are there some subtle differences? Are there some drastic differences? Definitely let me know in the comments. I'm very curious as to what your guys' thoughts are. But with that, I think we're going to conclude today's video and conclude the series comparing all three of my EC-1000s to each other. I'm hoping this series of videos helped you understand the differences between an EC-1000 and an EC-1000T and an EC-1000T CTM, and hopefully that'll help you decide which version of the EC-1000 you want to get, if you are looking for one or if you're just curious. Regardless, thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, once again, let me know and help out the engagement on this video by leaving a like, leave a comment, give me your thoughts and opinions. I really want to know what you guys think. Share the video around. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. We are on the road to 17,000 subs and we are not that far off. So any help towards that endeavor would be greatly appreciated. You can go ahead and follow me on Instagram and on Threads at DenDenBMX. Real quick before we go, I just want to give a massive thank you to Cosmic Steez, Yannick Kaminsky, A Horse Running, Jet, Solar Flare, and Jan Chocolate. That last one always makes me laugh. Those are the 6 current channel members, and their support really does mean a lot. If you want to join them and get a shout out in my longer videos and just help support the channel in a bigger way, you can go down there and click that join button. Tiers start as low as $3. Another perk of joining the channel membership is sometimes I upload extra videos on there for you guys exclusively. The most common members only video being the deleted scenes from my guitar playing videos because I play so much. I got a lot of extra footage, so I just throw it all together and upload it as a video for just you guys. And that is going to happen with today's video. If you join a membership, you will get to see the deleted scenes. And there's also some butterfly knife and BMX videos on there too, but it's mostly the unused playing clips from all my guitar videos. So if you guys want to check those out, definitely go down there and join a membership. But if you don't want to join a membership, I completely understand. If you still want to support the channel in that way as like a one-time thing, there is that super thanks button down there. It's like a little tip jar. But with that, I think I'm done being a tool. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.